So there are 10 million empty homes in Japan because of the rapidly decreasing population and rapidly aging population in Japan. A lot of people think buying real estate in Japan is not a smart decision, but that is changing. So if you look at 2024, lots of foreigners bought real estate in Japan, and the number continues to rise. And many of them are Americans. So today, I'm gonna ask two American buyers who recently purchased properties in Chiba, just right next to Tokyo, why they chose to buy real estate in Japan, specifically Chiba, less than an hour from Tokyo Center and very close to Narita Airport. My name is Shimatsu Post. I'm the founder of PostFI and co-founder of AkiyaHub. We help foreigners buy real estate in Japan. And over the past 2 years, I helped over 100 people from all over the world buy real estate in Japan. I think over 20 countries or so. Overwhelmingly majority of them are from the United States. And within the US, most of them are Californians. And then the second state is probably Hawaii. But Californians are buying real estate in Japan. And I want to find out why. So if you're wondering why that is, I have my theory, but I'm not going to share. I'm going to let them share why this episode is for you. So let's go check it out. Today, I am in Sakura City. It's perfect because it's a Sakura cherry blossom season. It spells different in kanji, but it is about an hour from central Tokyo, maybe a little less, and pretty close to Narita Airport. I'm going to go meet with buyers, a couple from San Diego, California, who bought a beautiful vacation home in this city, and ask them some questions. After that, I'm going to go meet with another buyer from California. I think she's from LA. Why she bought the house that she bought and why she decided to buy in this area. And her house is in Yachiyo, which is very close to here as well. So I'm very, very excited to talk to those buyers today. All right, shall we? Let's go. Okay, so I am by the house. And behind me, there's the main street. I just parked back there, super close to the Yukarikaoka station, about 10 minutes. On the Google Maps, it said 800 meters or 11-minute walk. But I'm supposed to turn left here. This looks like a majorly abandoned house. No, this is not it, but I think it's over here on the left side. Very quiet neighborhood. Oh, I remember that tall building from Tim's rooftop. So this is super close to Tim's house, the brand new house that Tim got. But this is the house that today's buyer recently purchased. Wow, it looks beautiful. They clearly did some work on the outside, and the inside has also been renovated. And also comes with a small car parking space. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that's the Ion Mall right there. Yeah, I remember that. So you can do pretty much everything over there. Shopping, very close to lots of amenities here. Yeah, such a quiet neighborhood. Okay, so let's go meet the owner of this house, shall we? Hey, Nero. Hey, Dinda, how are you doing?
Good. How are you? Come on in.
Hey,
Good to see you.
good to see you.
Yeah.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. And this is your first time seeing your property, right? In
Yeah,
person.
Yeah,
What
we
do
just came today.
You just came today. I could see that. Suitcases.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just showing the audience the outside, what the outside looks like. It's
Okay.
beautiful. I like the color. Would you mind giving me a tour of the
Sure,
inside
sure.
of the house?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome. So starting
So where
with,
we start?
yeah, what do we
So
got
this
here?
is the toilet.
Yeah? Nice. It's a
Yeah.
brand new toilet.
Brand new toilet.
Okay.
And this is the bathroom.
Okay. There's a vanity here. And here's the bathroom. So it's brand new, so it's been fully renovated, right? And
It's kitchen.
look at the kitchen. Did you have the gas
Yeah,
or gas company come?
the gas company just
Yeah,
got
oh,
it.
there you go. Okay, nice.
And hot water.
Hot water, okay. So you got the utility set up,
Right,
wonderful. And I'm guessing that's the
That's the
main room, living room?
Living room.
Okay, awesome. And then, oh, I'll see your kids here. Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah. What do you think about the house?
Very good.
Yeah,
Very nice.
great. So this is a Japanese style room connected to the living room. And then second floor? Okay, so 4 LDK. So 4 rooms and living and dining. And kitchen, right? Oh, whoa. I can't help but notice this. You have an attic. Can I go check it out?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you got 3 kids. Is one of them gonna sleep up there? Maybe not.
Yeah, so this is a room.
Yeah.
The tatami room.
Okay, tatami room. Nice.
You're thinking about
This one's spacious.
adding a second toilet here,
Second toilet. Oh, here. Over here?
right?
Yeah.
Nice. Because you just had a meeting with the renovation company, right? Storage here. So you're gonna convert this
Convert
into
the toilet and then
Yeah.
put the storage.
and storage, more storage back here. Okay, nice.
And then we also plan to put air conditioner
Okay.
in this room
Right here.
and downstairs and another room as well.
So how are we gonna use this tatami room, you think?
As a master?
Master, so that's where you two will sleep. This is spacious as well.
I think like
And it comes with a balcony. Okay. Wow. Okay. Look at those high risers. And then Eon, you gotta go to that mall. It's crazy. Yeah. So I was here a couple months ago for another client's closing. They bought in Sakura City, very close to here. And we're just checking out that Eon mall. It's you can do it's new. You can do pretty much anything. So very nice. And then there's a couple more rooms
There are two more rooms, but they are small. This one,
with beautiful wide windows, big windows.
and this could be kind of
Oh, nice. Okay.
working area,
So this could be your office.
office. Yeah.
what I like also is the house is so bright, like every room has enough lights.
Dinda and Nero, thank you for the house tour of your beautiful new vacation home.
Yeah.
What
Thank
do
you
you-
as well from our side. Make it happen.
Yeah, of course. Pleasure. What do you think? So you've spent a couple hours, about an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
And the area too,
Yeah, I think we like it. I mean, we like the house. It's very
homey.
homey. I mean, a lot of light. Every room has light, and then it's also not far from stations.
station,
Train stations. It's walkable. It's 15 minutes, but
Yeah.
15 minutes. It's very much walkable.
Yeah, I drove through that station, Yukarigaoka station, right? And it did say on my GPS, it did say like 800 or 750 meters. So depending on, it's flat too. So depending on, if you drive, it's like a 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
And if you walk, 15. And you had, I think, suitcases, right?
Suitcases.
So that's, if you
Yeah.
didn't, probably like 10,
Exactly.
11 minutes.
It's not faster.
If you don't mind, I'd love to ask you some questions. First of all, where are you two from? Where did you come from?
So we are from San Diego, California.
We lived there since 2018, and before we lived in Germany for 17 years.
17
Yeah, we
years,
go
20
to
years,
college
yeah.
there.
Okay.
And before we're originally from Indonesia,
Okay, nice. What part of Indonesia?
Jakarta, and
Jakarta.
it's from near
West Java.
Yeah, West
Okay, nice. So Indonesia, Germany, and
Java.
now San Diego. You bought a house in Japan.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Quite global. Okay. And you two met in Germany?
Germany, yeah.
Okay. And how is San Diego these
It's
days?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful city.
And the weather is hard to compete.
I mean, I used to live there as well many years ago for high school, and I used to think it was the most beautiful place on earth. Probably is still.
Yeah, still.
The beach, the climate, right? But you decided to buy a vacation home in Japan. So very curious what the thought process was. Because you're living in a dream town, dream city. Yeah, so could you share a little bit about your thought process of buying a home in
It's
Japan?
actually because we in love with the country, and also we stop over here a lot whenever we fly to Indonesia. It's a nice place to stop over, and then closer to our home in Indonesia too.
We live in Germany, I mean in Europe for many years, and then in the US many years, and you feel that Japan is kind of unique. Cultural, I mean, different kind of culture. And we came from Asia, and we also want to be part of Asians.
I mean, when people think about buying property in a foreign country, especially if you've never lived here, right? There's lots of hurdles and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And how was the purchasing process for you?
It's pretty easy, like only 1 month, 2 months.
You moved forward quick. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, before that, we actually thinking to buy property. I mean, either we, buy investment property in US
Right.
or somewhere else in other country, like in Bali or in Indonesia. But it turns out, I mean, we kind of do some kind of research, and then we saw some videos, and that the house price in Japan is pretty cheap compared to the other countries.
Yeah.
And so we kind of doing the research, and since we are like when we go to Indonesia, we always stop in Japan, and then why not buying a house in Japan?
Yeah.
For our vacation as well.
And I think you did it at like a really perfect time as well, because as we film this, it's early April, and it feels like global economy is just like so volatile right now. I wonder why. But yen started to get stronger, way stronger in the last 10 days, right? Or should say maybe the US dollar is getting significantly weaker.
Yeah.
So like when you close, or even like when you made an offer, I think the exchange rate kind of recovered from the Japanese perspective, but it was good for you because you had the best probably rate.
Was it before the increase?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's like 140. Last time I checked, 146. $1 is 146. It was probably like 155 for the last average, like last 3-4 months or so. Yeah, quite a big jump, and have no idea what's going to happen. But historically speaking, if you look at the last 40 years, 145 is still a really, really good rate for someone who's not making money in Japanese yen. If you have strong currencies. Yeah, I just wanted to brought it up because it's just kind of happening as we go in April 2025.
It's also happened to us like in San Diego, right? Like before we bought the house in San Diego right before COVID. And then afterwards the price just
it just went up. So it was 2020, and then we closed in 2020 May, and then after that COVID started, and then nobody really predicted the house price going to increase 100%, 200%.
Jeez, wow, that's amazing. Good for you. Maybe I should tell the audience, like, they should follow you, your pattern. Like, okay, when are you buying? Where are you buying? Follow these two.
Buy a house in Japan.
There you go. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more specifically about buying a house in Japan. So where are we now in Chiba? Can you share with the audience where exactly we are?
So I think Chiba, like it's
40 minutes from Narita,
40
and 1 hour from Tokyo.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like strategic location. So when we came to, typically we came to Narita and then just take 1 hour to go to our home, and then it's easy to explore Tokyo or other
and
cities.
it's called Sakura City.
Sakura, yeah.
And also there's near here there's an Ion Mall.
It's incredible, that mall. Yeah. You can probably get everything done. Shopping, haircuts, eating, and all that stuff. So Sakura City, we're in Chiba. Chiba is big, so it's like it's kind of like this. It's a big peninsula, right? And we're still close to Tokyo, but closer to Narita Airport. So I'm guessing you flew into Narita, right? Okay. And was it easy to get to this area?
Yeah,
Narita?
I think just 11 stops from Narita.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
So why did you choose this area out of a lot of, many different places? What were some main factors?
I mean, our first choice probably getting somewhere in Tokyo or Osaka or Kyoto. But it turns out it's very close to Narita, where we typically going to when we come to Japan. Typically we land in Narita, so it's pretty close, and then it's also pretty close to Tokyo. So it's kind of strategic place in our opinion.
So I live in Yokohama. I think a lot of my audience knows that I live in Yokohama. I'm very biased about Yokohama. I like it. But I'm starting to really like this area of Chiba as well. I mean, the money will go farther, and the convenience is great as well. Like it's, you feel that it's being developed. Like, if you look at the Ion Mall, so you can get so many things done. It's close to Narita Airport, and especially if you like to fly into Narita, easy to get to Tokyo, right? Where in Yokohama, it's like less space. I still like it, closer to water. Haneda there, but the traffic is, usually worse and all that stuff. So I'm from Kanagawa, so it makes sense. But if you're not tied to, anything about Kanagawa, I think Chiba is a really, really good option. Yeah, I highly, highly suggest it too.
We also kind of not familiar with Yokohama, so maybe next time we go there.
Yeah, it's a fun city to explore, to visit. But yeah, I think to have a base, something like this is Wonderful. To provide more context to the viewers, can you share a little bit more about this house? So when was it built? 4 rooms, 4 LDK. Do you remember the spaciousness?
I think it's 87 square meters.
Okay, which is like 900 square feet.
900 square feet, and
Yeah.
it was built in 1985. So
85.
It's about 40 years old.
Yeah.
But it has been renovated almost like brand new house. You don't see that it's been used for 40 years. So the wall is quite clean and the floor is also quite clean. It looks brand new, to be honest. Yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, what did you pay for this?
It's less than 200,000
Less than 200 grand. Okay. Wow.
US dollar.
US dollars. Yeah. And can you get anything with 200 grand in San Diego today?
No.
Not even studio.
Yeah.
Like average price is like what? Like a 1 million maybe? Like anything.
Yeah, 4 bedrooms in our area, it's 1.2, 1.3,
yeah.
1.5, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
wild. Yeah. What did your family and friends say about
Oh,
buying a house in Japan?
they are so surprised, but yeah, they're happy. I mean, like, amazing, you guys got a home in Japan. Wow, it's closer to us now. Like that.
Especially the ones in Indonesia, they're gonna come visit you.
Yeah.
Okay. One more reason to visit you, right?
Yeah.
What's your vision for your life in Japan now? Now that you have your homeowners.
Yeah, we're thinking about moving here actually.
Oh, you? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we get a visa, I don't know how.
That's wonderful. For a living, you're an engineer,
Yeah.
right? Okay. And is that something, I'm sure like Japan needs, capable engineers. Is that the route that you're going after, like with a business manager visa or like highly skilled worker visa?
I mean, internally, I was looking for kind of open positions here in Japan, but so far I couldn't find. But if there is an open position in Japan, probably I'm going to apply.
Nice. Wow. But why would you leave San Diego though? It's such a beautiful place. Why would you move?
One of the reasons is closer to our original country.
Yeah.
And in educations, I think
Yeah,
that's
and like life quality and
yeah, life quality is probably
better here.
better
Even
here.
like the food is better here.
Things still feel quite cheap, actually,
Yes.
especially with the currency exchange. But even like without it, still a cost of living, I
Yeah.
feel like it's a lot more
Compared to
manageable.
San Diego, I
In
mean,
California,
living cost is very expensive, especially in the last few years. House price has been aggressive. I mean, living cost also very expensive.
and also like here, like in California, you have to go everywhere with cars, and here you can go by
Walk, train.
Yeah.
Like we used to live in Germany, and we love it there. Like go everywhere with public transportation, and everywhere is cheaper than California.
Right. That makes sense. And a lot of people are trying to move to Japan, actually, especially Americans and Californians.
Yeah, I
Like
guess
a lot of the people that I work with, majority of them are Americans, and majority of those Americans live in California. So it's not surprising, like cost of living.
Whenever they, fly to Asia, they have to go to Japan, right?
Yeah, that too. And why do you think that is? Like so many Californians are looking into doing something like you're doing too.
I think they're like us, like falling in love with the country.
It is the closest state to Japan, outside of like Oregon and Washington State, maybe. But it makes sense. Close, cost of living super high, right? When you compare, like, man, it's super cheap.
It's easy to get a visa here.
It depends. It's there's definitely ways around it. It's much easier than say like 5-10 years ago. So Japan really wants people to move here. It seems like the government's really, restricting like the type of people. Obviously, like the economy is slowing down, right? Because of the rapidly decreasing population. So like if people, the government wants people to come here, like to work, right? And especially if you have highly sought skills, you for sure, I feel like you're gonna find a job who's gonna sponsor you. Starting a business, if you have some skills, experience with that, it's easier than ever, in my opinion. So there's so many applicants for visas, for business manager visas, startup visas, from foreigners. So
and those, like you said, these Californian people, are they have visa here or just like
most clients, most people just buy a house, and then kind of figure out, because like, okay, I have something here, like a bigger reason for me to make this move.
Okay.
But some people do tons of research and then like make a move and buy a house at the same time. So Yeah, it's really interesting. And I'm very curious how this is going to pan out in the next year, 5, 10. But I'm excited to see people like you spending more time here, buying house here, and thinking about moving to Japan. So before we wrap up, what's one thing that you would like to share with the audience? Like, people who want to do what you're doing, what you did, but like, okay, this one piece of advice might help them. What might that be?
Don't hesitate, just do it.
Don't hesitate, just do it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Just do the research.
Wonderful. All right, Linda, Nero, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for the house tour, and thanks for talking with me. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Very excited about your time in Japan. Okay, so that was Nero and Dinda in Sakura City of Chiba. And now I just drove for about 20 minutes to Yachiyo City. Very close. I think it's at like 6-7 kilometers, but it took about 20 minutes with traffic. Just a small two-way street I was driving. But now I got here for another Californian buyer's house. Yeah, she let me park here. This is their parking lot, parking space. Yeah, it's nice. And let me show you what the outside looks like. This is right in front of the house, this massive space. So it's very quiet, and all these houses have parking space underneath, and the house is over here. Okay. So her name is Audrey, and she has been here for I think a couple of weeks now. I heard she's just getting settled in, so let's go meet her. Hello, Audrey. How are you doing?
Good, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
And congratulations on
Thank
closing
you.
this beautiful house.
Thanks.
It looks very nice from the outside.
It's great.
Yeah,
I
and thanks
love
for
it.
letting me park in your parking
Oh,
spot.
anytime. Yeah, there's not much parking out there. So.
Yeah, so you've been here for a couple of weeks, right?
I have.
Yeah, so you're getting settled in.
Yeah, I've got appliances and some beds, so when my family comes, they're all ready.
That's awesome. Could I have a tour of your house?
Come in, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. お邪魔します. Okay, so this is the first floor, right?
And there's just 2 bedrooms and a toilet down here.
Ah, okay. So the main room is up.
Main
Yeah,
living
main
room
living
upstairs, yeah.
upstairs. And we got like a Japanese style tatami room. Okay. And then this is a bedroom, like a
Right,
guest bedroom.
Second bedroom.
Nice. Okay. You set this up already. This is wonderful.
Well, yeah, my friend came and helped me for a week, and we've been building furniture.
Oh yeah?
Going to the
Nice.
store and ordering stuff. So.
Yeah. So you're from LA, right?
I am.
Yeah. So when you say your friend, do they live
From
here?
LA.
From LA.
Yeah.
So came here
Yeah,
with. Okay.
Yeah, she came and we went out, we went to Tokyo and did stuff, but yeah, she came and helped me quite a bit.
Nice.
Yes,
And when she's
good
staying
fun.
with you, or
That's- yeah.
this
This
was
is her room.
Oh.
I call it her room now.
Okay. Nice.
But it's the view that's one of the
No, right? Yeah. This is awesome. Yeah. What is this space? I wonder. Just-
the neighbor told me
Yeah.
the kindergarten owns it,
Okay.
and so he said they'll never put houses there. Yeah.
That's nice, right? Instead of
So,
staring at like concrete jungle,
Yeah.
you get to see.
and it's nice because
Nature.
it's elevated above the street, so you don't have people walking right in front of your house,
Mm-hmm.
and there's just a lot more privacy.
Yeah.
But I love it in the morning. It's peaceful, and on a nice day, I open the windows and just sit here and kind of, check my messages and stuff. But I
Right.
just really, really enjoy
Yeah.
this view.
Yeah. It's very calming. Just I was standing outside and it's like, oh, sometimes cars go by, but that's about it. Like
Yeah.
you don't hear
Yeah.
other things. Maybe kids playing far away.
But again, because we're elevated,
Yeah.
there's distance and privacy, right? They can't see me.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
And you said there's a toilet here.
Toilet
Okay.
downstairs.
Nice.
There's the light.
Oh, looks very nice. Yeah. Okay.
And then the
Yeah.
living area
Yeah.
upstairs.
And here.
So this is going to be our master bedroom here.
Mm. Nice. I see that you got the furniture at IKEA.
Yep, been building furniture, so
Yeah.
we have a lot to go.
Very nice. Ooh, I like this. What do you call it? Like a rug?
Right,
Carpet?
area
Yeah.
rug, yeah.
Very nice. Okay. And then is this the toilet over here, or is this the storage? Oh,
That's the
okay.
second toilet. It's pretty much the same as
Yeah.
downstairs.
It's always nice to have
Oh,
two.
That was essential.
Yeah.
Brad said.
Wow.
And then this is the living dining area.
Very nice. Okay. And then the kitchen.
And the kitchen is over here.
Here you can overlook the dining area.
Yeah,
So you
it's kind
can,
of open concept.
yeah, you can cook and
And the bathroom
enjoy
is
conversation. The bathroom
Yeah.
is over there? Okay. Nice. And you got the washing machine already. This seems pretty new as well. Nice. May I? Yeah. Very nice. Awesome. Okay.
And then one more bedroom over here.
Another one.
Yeah.
So total, how many rooms would that be?
4 bedrooms.
4 bedrooms. Wow. Okay. What's this room for?
We are thinking an office or den
Yeah.
kind of thing, so that we, when it's just LeBron and me, we would just kind of hang out here.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
To be determined.
To be determined. Yeah. I told the audience already that I am in Yachiyo, Yachiyo, right? So where is that exactly in relation to
It's
Tokyo?
pretty much halfway between Narita Airport and Tokyo.
So like 45 minutes,
By
an
train.
hour by
yeah,
train.
from train station to train station.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And then about a 15-minute walk.
Yeah. So did you fly into Narita or Haneda?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. But I'm also flying out of Haneda.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Okay.
an hour and a half
Yeah.
to get there.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's doable. It's a nice medium-sized train station.
Mhm.
So there's lots of amenities nearby,
Yeah.
which is really was important to us
Mm.
to have stores and restaurants and kind of a life
Yeah.
around the train station. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Audrey, thanks for the house tour.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
You got a beautiful house, and
Yeah,
and
I'm
I
happy
see
with
that
it.
you're settling in.
Yeah.
It looks very like livable, or like someone's been living here for some time, not just 10 or 14 days or whatever, however long
Yeah.
you've been. So I wanted to ask you. I'm sure the audience is very curious about the property and maybe like the why behind. Why you chose this property and why you bought a vacation home in Japan. But let's start with the property. So we talked about Yachiyo, the location. How big is this house? So we have, 4 bedrooms, right?
Yeah,
2
4
toilets,
bedrooms,
1
2
bath.
toilets,
Yeah.
LDK. It's just under 1,200 square feet. I
1,200,
know
okay.
American
Yeah.
footage.
So that's about like 100 and probably 10
Yeah.
square meters, right?
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's considered pretty large. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a decent size. And what year was this built?
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
So that's only 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fairly new.
Yeah, it's fairly new.
Yeah.
It's one of the things we were, happy about.
Yeah.
We were looking at some older properties.
All right. And has the previous owner done any renovation in the last 20 years?
Yeah, I think the upstairs has been renovated. The flooring is new. I'm not sure what else, but it's still in really good condition. Even the stuff that hasn't been renovated. So.
Yeah. And then a 15-minute walk to the nearest station, Yachiyo Station. Less than an hour to Tokyo, right? About an hour. Door to door.
It depends. Like Asakusa is closer, and Shibuya is
Sure.
a little bit
Shibuya is
further.
the other side of Tokyo,
once you have
right?
to do a transfer, but about an hour to Tokyo.
Okay. And an hour to Narita, maybe less.
Less.
Yeah.
It's 42 minutes train ride
Oh, that's
to
wonderful.
Narita. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask this question. How much did you pay for this?
In dollars, it was about 137,000
$137,000.
at the time.
So
yeah.
about like
20.8 million,
20.8 million yen, $137,000. Wow, for this.
Yeah.
Within,
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You live in one of the most expensive cities in the entire world, and real estate prices are just ridiculous. Like when I think about LA, like you can't get anything under like $1 million, right? What can you get with $200,000 today?
A car.
A car?
Yeah.
That is an expensive car, but I guess
Yeah.
like
There are
Bentley or
people who
something.
are buying those kind of cars.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh yeah. Sorry, I just remember like LA fire, like where you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have a house.
Okay, that's good.
I joke
That's
if
good.
our house
Yeah.
burns down, we
Yeah.
can move to Japan.
There you go. Yeah. Diversify, right?
Yeah. We were in that area, but not close.
Okay.
It didn't reach us.
Oh, that's good.
But it could happen at any time.
Yeah.
We kind of live in the foothills, and we've been through fires before. So I'm worried about our insurance. That's kind of the scary part. What's going to happen to our insurance?
A lot of people ask me about like, hey, like natural disasters in Japan, typhoons, but earthquakes, and it's like, yeah, but like anything can happen anywhere,
right?
Like, seriously.
Yep.
I was recently in Bangkok, and pretty big earthquake happened, and it really shook me because I didn't think I was going to experience any earthquake outside of Japan. I'm used to it here. And I'm like, wait, this is weird. Like, what's going on? And then, you know, the country doesn't go through that very often. So, like, all the buildings and all that stuff, or more importantly, people weren't ready.
Yeah.
So, like, everything shut down and for that day. So, kind of panicked. But
interesting.
I'm happy to be back to the capital of earthquakes. Yeah.
I had an earthquake here the first week.
Oh, did you?
Just a little one.
Yeah.
But I'm from LA, so I know earthquakes too.
Okay. So, wow, like $200,000 for, you know, this 2005, 2 toilets, 4-bedroom house. That sounds like a very good deal.
We think so.
What do you like about this property the most?
We are from LA, so direct flights are to Narita, Haneda too, but that's going to be where we'll be flying in. And also in our price range.
Yeah.
So it all made sense, right? In Chiba. So we're looking somewhere between Narita and Tokyo in our price range. And then Daniela kind of guided us that you want to be on a main train line. So we were just so I started looking at so I don't have to do a train transfer. And so Yachiyo also has a lot of amenities, got a big mall and lots of restaurants and lots of things in the area. So this is about halfway between Narita and Tokyo. It's just very convenient. I love that you can land in Narita, go downstairs and take the train directly to Yachiyo and just walk to the house.
Yeah.
How easy is that?
Yeah.
That was a big reason. But the thing that we loved was the view that I showed you earlier downstairs. And my husband said, I want a house that feels like a vacation home. And that's what he envisioned and I've been enjoying it. Every morning I get up and I look out at that view and I've been watching the trees bloom and now they're leafing out and it's just very peaceful.
And until you found this house, how many properties did you
I looked at everything. I looked at everything like within 45 minutes of Tokyo by train.
And then once you found this, like how quickly did you knew? Yeah.
I knew pretty quickly. I couldn't get it out of my mind. It was a little bit further from the train station than I wanted, but other than that, it was in good condition. It was good size. Again, that view set it apart. There's nothing else. Like we were looking at houses and the street is just 10 feet in front of your living room window, or it's on a busy street, or there's just houses right, you're just surrounded by houses. And so that was a big deciding factor. And then condition too, it looked like it was in really good condition and I didn't have to do a remodel.
So a lot of people that reach out to us, especially the ones that like, the greater Tokyo, there are mainly 3 prefectures as options, right? Like Chiba, Saitama, and Kanagawa, right? So out of those 3 prefectures, what made you want to decide on Chiba? And why like this area? I guess, between the Narita and Tokyo.
I think it's mainly the airport, right?
Okay.
Saitama, you're just traveling. It's just a lot further from from both airports.
Yeah, maybe bullet train, like especially if you're close to like Omiya or something like that. So like traveling within the country. But if you're near
a bullet train station, it's going to be more expensive, right?
Yeah.
So again, price range was a big limiting factor. So I think it's not so much I want to live in Chiba, it's that Chiba was affordable and a good location for us.
And if you really knew me, you would know that I'm in Yokohama. I'm based in Yokohama, and I'm very biased about getting a house.
I love Yokohama.
Yeah. And I'm starting to like Chiba a lot, more and more and more. The past year.
Oh, good.
We've helped quite a few people buy properties like around here, or like just Chiba's huge, right?
Yeah.
It's like a big peninsula.
Yeah.
Sometimes in Kisarazu, like southern tip, and sometimes like Funabashi, Yachiyo, Sakura, Kashiwa, and all those places. And I'm really starting to like Chiba a lot. It's fairly close to Tokyo. Very residential.
Yes.
Your money goes a lot farther. Farther here.
Yes, it's affordable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're only going to be here a month here, a month there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I don't want to invest like much more. But I have seen people get something a lot tinier that's in the city, and I can understand that too.
Okay, so let's take a step back and talk a little bit about the why behind all this, right?
Okay.
So do you have any ties with Japan, or how did buying a vacation home come to you at this point?
Yes, my family's Japanese.
Okay.
My parents are Japanese. I still have relatives in Wakayama. They have the family farm is still there.
Yeah.
And I've been going there since I was in my childhood.
Okay.
So I have a lot of ties to Japan.
Right. So you grew up here, did you say?
No. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles.
Okay, you grew up in LA, but you lived in Japan.
I did live in Japan when
Yeah.
I was like 21.
Yeah. Okay.
I was a missionary for a year and a half. And so I learned Japanese and I know what it's like to live here. But about, 20 years ago, Japan was expensive for Americans, you know? I mean, yeah, my cousins were just saying, yeah, when your dad was here, he'd just comment on how expensive everything was, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we were shocked. So we came last year and just shocked at how affordable everything was. We were just shocked.
Yeah.
And then your video started popping up on YouTube, on my feed, you know? And I would watch it and I was just fascinated.
Yeah.
And I will remember the one in particular was the retired firefighter from Torrance.
Yeah. Darren.
Who bought a house for $100,000. And I sat there and I go, if this guy in Torrance can buy a house for $100,000, why can't I? So I showed it to my husband and he said, you're not thinking of buying a house in Japan, are you? I will never forget that moment.
Yeah.
And I said, no, but just watch this.
Yeah.
And your videos kept popping up and kept popping up and I couldn't get it out of my head.
Right.
And I don't know when the time came that he came around, but we kept watching your videos and it just, I don't know, he came around. It was shocked me that he came around because my husband doesn't speak Japanese, but we've always wanted a vacation home, but I think the market in California just got way out of our control. Like there's no way. And so then it was a process. And I said, do I contact him? Are we going to do this? And that's kind of how it started. So the more I thought about it, the more excited that I became. Yeah. And it's just sort of a dream of mine to have a house here and to spend more time. Every time I came here, our last trip, I said I could stay here for another couple months and I don't want to go home. So now I can do that, which is amazing. So I love Japan. And plus, Japan is safe, it's clean. I mean, those are big things when you have a vacation home. It's tricky actually in California. You know, there's squatters and there's problems that people I know who rent out property there. So all of those reasons just made it a good fit for us. Yeah.
Just having something here and just being like quote like home basically, right? Wherein like if you're just booking a hotel or Airbnb every time, you don't know how much it's gonna be. You have to still like do some research and like the mental, energy that's gonna suck up from you too.
Well, and it's exhausting too, hauling your luggage around.
Yeah, exactly.
But another big factor for me was this, image of, wow, my friends and family can come and hang out with us. I mean, it's not like just every time we travel, like I go with my family, but with the house, like my friend just came and hung out with me for a week and we had a blast. And so any of my friends are welcome to come and hang out with me. I can come anytime. That's also part of this journey. Like, I love that, and maybe friends who couldn't afford to travel to Japan, all they have to do is get a plane ticket and they can come here. And
great way to
like sharing
connect with you, and experience Japan with your friends from home. That's wonderful. You mentioned about 20 years ago, like things were very different, and specific because 20 years ago I was in the U.S. And I remember just going to the mall was like so cheap, and I was like, before I'm going back to Japan, I'm buying my clothes and like everything, like souvenirs, and now it's completely the opposite. It's crazy.
I used to work for the old Anderson Consulting in Chicago, and they would fly in consultants from all over the world. And the ones from Japan would have a list from their wives and girlfriends on makeup to buy. They wouldn't know what it was, but it was so cheap that they were buying makeup and then bringing it back.
It's wild. And
now it's the opposite.
2012. That's the year I moved to Hong Kong. And that year, yen was so strong. $1 was 78 yen.
Wow.
Just
unbelievable.
Complete the opposite, right? Yeah. So I was like, oh man, I wish I converted more yen to HKD or whatever the currency I was using. But things are different, right? As we speak, it's $1 is 146 or something right now. So April, and things are changing. Until like a few weeks ago, it was like in the 150s, right? In April, just it looks like the global economy is in a different climate. I'm not going to say why or what's causing it. But so your husband was like kind of skeptical in the beginning.
Yeah.
But he came around.
Yes.
What did your friends and other like family members say about you actually doing this?
Oh, most of them can't believe it.
Yeah.
I didn't tell a lot of people until we bought the house.
Yeah. People will know after this.
No, they know. Believe me, after we bought the house, everybody knows.
Yeah.
But I tell you, they think it's cool. They can't believe it though.
Yeah. So what's next for you? What are you excited about your time in Japan?
Well, my focus has been getting this. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Getting
I'm
the
sure.
house
Yeah.
furnished, cleaned. I still haven't even touched the yard. So I think the next couple of years is when we come is working on that, getting
Yeah.
the house, filled out.
Yeah.
We'll see who can come with me.
Yeah. You can stay for free, but you're gonna have to help me.
And I don't think they mind at all. She didn't mind at all. But yeah, if they can help a little bit. But
That's a good trade-off. Yeah.
But I came now because it's cherry blossom season.
Yeah.
So I come when there's something going on.
Yeah.
So we still enjoy the city.
Yeah.
And mainly the food.
Yeah.
I can't walk by. I walked by a dessert counter at the store today, and I'm like, I have to have. I mean, I'm eating all the time. So the food's just really. I'm a foodie, and my friend said I only want to eat Japanese food when I'm here. And she said I would never know how to go to these places that I've been taking her. I don't even know how to order. I have to ask them for help.
Yeah.
But it's just fun, so fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, sharing that, like I said, with friends and family.
Yeah.
That's kind of the goal. So I'm just looking out for discount plane tickets to Tokyo, from LA to Tokyo, and then we'll see if it fits in our schedule.
You've been here for how long? How many days?
March 20th.
Okay. So like 2 weeks-ish, 2.5 weeks, and you've done this much. That's pretty incredible. I know you got some help, but do you have any tips for people who are about to, maybe like buy, but a lot of people are like, oh man, like furnishing the place.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
Amazon is my best friend because I don't have a car.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest thing. They can email me if anybody has any questions because there's so much. But like I told you, my cousins helped me order the appliances because there's kind of a lot of details around that. If you have help, that's a good thing. If you have friends in Japan or anyone who can help you with some stuff. Yeah, I ordered a lot of Amazon, a couple things on Rakuten because they deliver. And I've learned that cheap furniture is hard to put together. So be careful ordering cheap furniture because there's
a reason why it's cheap.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's cheap, and it's just a little bit harder to put together. Yeah, but it all worked out. Just be patient. Yeah, be patient. Learn how to return things. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I order off Amazon almost every day, and I have a sign. I made a sign that says, "Please leave the package by the door," and I printed it out when I was at home and printed it out in Japanese. So that's a little tip.
If there was one thing that you wish you knew before you started this process, and then the tip that you would want to share with others, what would that be?
I said to my husband after this whole process was pretty much done, I said the opportunity is that there's so much available right now to choose from. Location, price range, size, condition, and there's it's a buyer's market. I've never seen such a buyer's market, right? And so whatever it is that you are looking for, I think you can find it. I think the main thing is you really have to look at your finances and see if this works for you. It's a big commitment, and it continues after you buy it, right? You have property taxes and you have to pay for utilities, and so but if that all makes sense and you can do it and you love Japan and it's a dream, I think it's a great opportunity right now.
They say there are 10 million empty homes in Japan, and that number continues to rise, but good deals do go pretty quickly.
They do.
Even for buyer's market.
They do.
Yeah. I've been in this space for just about 2 years, but when I talk to real estate agents who've been doing this kind of this stuff for decades, they keep telling me like in the past 10 years that prices are just going up and up and up, especially in Tokyo and greater Tokyo area or big cities. It still might feel it's quite affordable for a lot of like Americans especially. Makes sense, but things might not last for too long. At least what we experience right now. So we'll see. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For your house tour.
Thank you. Thank you and Daniela and your whole team
Yeah.
to make this happen for us.
Absolutely.
Buying it was the easiest part.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do. So, thank you, and enjoy your stay
Thank you.
in Japan.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. So this was an episode on 2 Californian buyers buying properties between Tokyo and Narita in Chiba Prefecture. If you enjoyed this episode, I think you're gonna like this video too. So watch this video next for more. If you want to do what Nero, Dinda, and Audrey did buying a house in Japan, you can visit AkiyaHub.com to find out more about how you can do it and if you can hire us for specific service like they did. So check out AkiyaHub.com. We'll see you there.